I was thinking for a moment that I wasn't going to wear this hat again this year. But Jerry woke up before the bye week, said, I'm going to make a couple of trades. I'm going to give me a linebacker, Logan Wilson. I'm going to give me a nice defensive tackle, Quinnen Williams, because I know I got DeMarvion Overshown coming back, and I got that young stun Revel Jr. coming back for some secondary help. The Dallas Cowboys win on Monday Night Football 33-16, dominating those Las Vegas Raiders. Let's hear it for the real Cowboys Nation. There is one and only nation, the only nation in the National Football League. The Dallas Cowboys advance to 4-5-1. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe as we break down this post-game reaction video. All right, the Cowboys played a solid game, y'all. And this is typically the moment where you start feeling good. And look. Other channels, there's other Cowboy content creators out there. They're going to hype up this win. They're going to feel really good about it. Going to tell you this and that. But there is a reason why here we are known as the unbiased and realistic Cowboys fan. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I know this team, and they're going to they were going to win tonight. They were always going to win tonight. Before the season began, I looked at this game on the schedule. They were going to win. Why not? Because they were coming off of the bye week, had more than enough time to prepare and beat a team like the Raiders, especially, the Raiders. Let's just get that out of the way. It's the Raiders. A lot of people are going to be gassing up the Dallas Cowboys. And granted, they were better tonight. And for the most part of the season, it's been a talent issue. The Dallas Cowboys have not had good players. That was not the case tonight. Everyone played. Everyone contributed. It was a solid team win. But come on, it's the Raiders. They're 2-8. They're 2-8 right now, and they got a whole lot of problems. I mean, they can't throw the ball. They can't run the ball. They're a mess. So let's get that out of the way. But this is typical. Let me tell you what's going to happen. A lot of people, a lot of fans, Cowboys Nation, I know you. You're going to be out there, saying, hey, we might be back. Hey, man, there's a slim chance we might be back. Well, let me remind you that you were in this position just a few weeks ago, and then we went to Denver and we played the Broncos. But let me answer a few questions. Just some burning questions, right? Will the Cowboys make the playoffs? No. Unbiased and realistically, they are not going to make the playoffs because they are who they are. And the fact is, you lost some very meaningful games early in the year. You lost to the Carolina Panthers, should have won that one. You lost to the Arizona Cardinals, you should have won that one. Never mind, just like, you probably should have beat the Eagles. And there are other handful of games that were probably in your grasp as well, but you weren't able to win those. Green Bay Packers, if we had some type of substantial defense, this team looks different. But fact of the matter is, you are where you are, and you are who you are with the record that you have, which is 4-5-1. But the Dallas Cowboys just didn't take care of business, and it's really going to bite them, even if they go on this really hot streak. They're not going to make the playoffs. But that is not going to stop me from telling you what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Cowboys get the win tonight. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can clip this, you can record it, you could save it so you could show it to me Sunday evening when we're back here making my post-game reaction video. The Dallas Cowboys are going to upset. They're going to beat. They are going to blow out the Philadelphia Frauds. They are not a good football team, y'all. The Philadelphia Eagles. They have tricked you. They can win dirty. But when the Cowboys are at home, they're going to blow out the Philadelphia Eagles. Frankly, it's not even going to be close. Remember this moment. But in saying that, Eagles are probably going to go further. It's a weird thing. It's a weird conundrum. But, the Cowboys, they're going to win next week. They're going to stay on script usually, and they're going to be like, we're turning the season around. They're going to sell a little bit of hope, and then we're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's probably not going to go so well. But regardless, back to tonight, the one thing I really want to talk about is the defense. And that's kind of the exciting part about it. And I'm really excited about Quinnen Williams. 1.5 sacks. That's the one thing that got me stoked, and that's what got me up to watch this game tonight, is I knew we were going to add a very valuable piece to this defense that has been much needed for years. Man, we've needed a solid defensive tackle. And that goes with, the Cowboys tried. They threw first-round draft capital at Mozzie Smith to solve this issue. But it feels good to know that we have a really good player right there at that position. Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys. He looks like a Dallas Cowboy. You just put on that blue and white and you wear that silver helmet and you look good. You look good. So shout out to Quinnen Williams. I was very excited to watch him play, and he did not disappoint. And it just helps everyone, man. When you have that anchor on that defense, really everything comes together because you can stop the run, you could disrupt the pass, and, other players play around him. Quinnen Williams not only is a great player, but he makes other players around him great as well. Osa Odighizuwa, frankly, he can't carry the defense, but if he's playing alongside some other great players, he's going to look good. He had a good game. Kenny Clark as well, veteran that we got in that Micah Parsons trade, looked really good too. Even our defensive ends, Ezra Raku, young guy, young stud coming into himself, just looking like the young talent that he is. Really good stuff that I'm seeing from this defense. And it was just Kalen Carson having a little bit of confidence. And so Deron Bland making a couple of plays. You got Malik Hooker back. This defense has a few pieces that can actually make it better than what we've been seeing so far this year. Again, it is the Las Vegas Raiders. You are playing Geno Smith. They're not giving the ball to their first-round draft pick, Ashton Genty, so there's a lot of problems. You're beating the Raiders, but the Raiders are also beating themselves. They're not a good football team. They're not of sound mind. So, but regardless, there was some improvement on this defense that I saw that could be substantial moving into the second half of the season. It might actually give the Cowboys a chance to win a couple of games more than probably what they won in the first half. Again, it's going to lead to a sad ending where I don't believe the Cowboys are going to make the postseason because they lost so many of those valuable games that they probably should have won in the first half of the season. But now turning over to the offensive side of the ball, look, offense is the offense, right? And this is kind of what we've known for the better part of the year. Is we know that this offense is going to be great, and when they aren't, it's on them. It really is. And unfortunately, we saw that the past 2 weeks when they came up short against Arizona and Denver and other teams. But I'm not surprised about what we saw from this offense. Javonte Williams, 22 carries, 93 yards. George Pickens went off, 9 receptions, 144 yards, a touchdown. Even CeeDee Lamb got another touchdown on the season, making it the second of this campaign. 5 receptions, 66 yards. Great outlook for this offense. And Dak Prescott looking great as well. 25 receptions of 33 attempts, 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. CD, however, did rob him of that 5th touchdown with the drop. But look, I'm not going to hype this up. The Cowboys should be better. They should have a better record, but let's be real, it is the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm definitely not going to take a victory lap around this because the Cowboys were on a 2-game losing streak, and they finally get a win against a depleted Raiders team. And the Cowboys had an extra week of rest, let alone an extra day of rest because it's a Monday night game. And so you did what you were supposed to do, and that's kind of been the narrative with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, okay, you did what you're supposed to. Now we got another big test here. If you want to somehow be in the mix and maybe convince us that there is maybe a glimmer of hope, go beat the Philadelphia Eagles at home. They are more than capable. Come on. They are more than capable. They have the weapons, and they have a better defense than they did at the beginning of the year, and they almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles then. Again, I'm predicting it's going to be a cakewalk. But look, if you want us to buy in, if you want us to believe, go beat the Eagles. But, hey, solid win tonight. Good win for these boys. They definitely needed it. This locker room needed it. This coaching staff needed it. Now just go and build that momentum. Let's get that winning streak going. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts about this game. And, of course, hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Go Cowboys.